666.
100 religious leaders gather in Saudi Arabia for a groundbreaking conference. This is my favorite one of all the ones we're doing this week, Richard. The Muslim World League has completed the Forum on Common Values Among Religious Followers event in Riyadh from the 11th through 12th of May this year. The forum, for the first time in history, convened within Saudi Arabia Christian, Jewish, Hindu, and Buddhist religious leaders alongside Islamic leaders to explore shared values and a common global vision for interfaith cooperation. Approximately 100 religious leaders attended the first of its kind conference, including over 15 rabbis.
I put this in here largely because when you looked around, the only places that covered this were Saudi press and Israeli press. Mm-hmm. Didn't hear a peep of this in the U.S. And it's an interesting, and it's unfortunate because it's an effort. This is hosted in Riyadh. It's an effort, continued effort by the Muslim World League and its head, Mohammed Al-Isa, to reposition Saudi's approach and be much more open and interdenominational and inclusive. And you have very positive comments from the lead rabbi in Israel about this, his experience there. And it was to all the participants, widely welcomed, and people thought it went off well, and it was a really constructive effort. But again, you don't hear about it in the U.S. And Saudi Arabia gets pinged for a lot of things. People are questioning its commitment to this. I mean, there's an interesting article about the number of Qurans that, in and of themselves, that are printed by Saudi Arabia that may be problematic, and are distributed all over the world. So, people question, what is the depth of this more moderate Islam that both the Muslim World League and specifically Mohammed bin Salman is trying to promote. I mean, I think you can nitpick, but the direction is positive. People within, many different denominations, Christian, Jewish, Hindu, Buddhist, they're all gathering here in Riyadh to, this is something new, and I think it's got to be positive. It would have been nice if it got a little more play in Western press.
Richard, we've been seeing interfaith dialogue efforts from Saudi Arabia. At least I have for 13 years now. When we did the U.S.-Saudi Forum series, which was 3 extremely large conferences, business opportunities forums in Chicago, Los Angeles, and Atlanta, there was always a religious interfaith dialogue element to it, which is cool. Just what a righteous event this was for the Saudis to hold. Richard, we included in our quoted section at the top of our newsletter, daily newsletter. We do that just to highlight what people are actually saying about Saudi Arabia, sort of a nice, warm open into the newsletter, featuring, quotes from newsmakers. Today, we used a quote from an evangelical pastor who attended, Bob Roberts, who said, quote, in a written piece, quote, "Why should we work with Saudi Arabia and their leaders, even knowing that their track record on human rights is challenging? These are serious issues and should not be dismissed. But when someone moves forward in a positive direction, we should affirm those steps. These changes in Saudi Arabia are real, both those from the West who visit and see it, as do citizens of the Saudi kingdom see it." So it's just, every time you do something like this, minds change. Pastors, rabbis come to visit Saudi Arabia, see what's going on, see that it's different. This is just a little bit of progress. But you just, almost virtually all wars that have been started before, 1950 were religious based. So, getting a common humanity together and getting religious leaders together to talk and, form friendships and bonds is definitely a good thing.
That was a good poll for the review today on that one.